Hey everybody. Hi everybody. Oh, okay. Jimbo wants to say hi real quick. One sec. Come here, bud. We're still setting up, but Jimbo wants to say hi and that he loves you all before he goes and then comes back at the end of the live stream, right? Can you hear him purring? Very cute. What a cute boy. Okay. Say hi, bye. Say hi, bye. Good boy. We're testing out audio and stuff too. Let me know how I sound. How is the background music? Is it quiet? Loud? Somewhere in between? Can you hear the Jimbo purring? Here's another Jimbo purr. What a good boy. What a good boy. Okay, one more time. You can say hi. Ready? Ow! You bit me! Right when I switched the camera to say hi. Why'd you do that? That wasn't very nice. That wasn't very nice. Okay. I love you still. Okay. Be on in a sec. Look at that. Oh, is my audio on? Yes. Look at the chat, you guys. I put the chat into the preview thing so that we could test it out because I'm learning. All right, let me know how I sound. I'll be on in just a second. All right. Oh, wait, I meant to do this one. There we go. Now I'll do my cool pose. What? Hey, what's up, guys? What if I was like that? Yo, what's up, fam? Here for a crochet live stream. Okay. Hey everybody, welcome to the stream. Today, well, we'll switch cameras in a second, but I just want to say hi. How are you doing? Are you doing well? I hope so. Me too. Okay, camera switch. Pew! All right. Hi everybody. I'm feeling goofy. I'm always feeling goofy. I'm going into this stream willy-nilly. We're being wild childs today because today we are going to be designing a new flower. We're going to be designing a tulip for my mom's birthday, which is tomorrow. So it's my mom's birthday tomorrow. One of her favorite flowers ever is one of my mom's favorite flowers is a tulip. Her favorite flower is a sunflower, but she said, I already have sunflowers, so make me a tulip. So I said, okay, I'll make you a tulip. So we're going to be making tulips today. I have never made a tulip before, so this is going to be my first shot at designing one. I've got an idea in mind. I researched tulips, pictures of tulips, obviously, and how they're built. So I'm going to try to get as the anatomy as correct as possible. So as anatomical as possible, I should say. So we're gonna see how that goes. Man, now the chat's not working over here. What? Let's see if I do that. And I do that. And I do that. And I do that. Did I fix it? Well, we'll find out. All right. So Ottawa loves tulips. Zoe said it. Zoe said it. Okay, so I don't know how I'm designing this yet. I'm going to be designing it on the fly. I'm going to be using my past flower patterns as like a base design for how big I want to make the stem. And so, because I want them to work well with the rose and the sunflower, which I've already designed. I also have a daisy flower that I haven't come out with yet, but there is a design for it that I'm working on. Thank you for doing the chat test. It is not working. All right. Well, I don't know what this chat's problem is, but it is having a stonk right now, and we'll figure it out when we figure it out. Anyhow, so this pattern is gonna be off the fly. Hey, Cooper, if you're in the chat or anybody that's in the chat and wants to help out and write the pattern down as I go, totally would be cool. You can do it. If you don't have the time or effort, no worries. I can totally figure it out after the live stream. It'll just take me a little bit longer. Once the pattern is ready to go, or at least like this rough draft that we're going to be making, we're basically making a prototype. Yeah, the chat is secretly a hater. Real hater chat. Not you, but like the chat box that is supposed to be working and is not. Because I tried to fix it, but I don't know. I don't know why it's having such a stonk, but it is. Okay. The chat is funny. Cassidy, you are absolutely not late yet. Okay, so we're gonna be designing it after the pattern is ready. I'm gonna put it up on the website as a preview pattern. So if you want to go here to clubcrochet.com/tulip, I put a link in the description as well. Hey, look at that! The chat is working. How cool. I will be putting it there as a preview pattern. Preview patterns are available for member level accounts only, which I'll talk about in a second. But it's a great way for you to give me feedback on how the pattern's going and help me like redesign it before I officially release it. The official release for this pattern will be sometime in the spring, so probably May, I would guess, April or May. And that's because I've got some pretty big things planned in before then, and it would fit in really well with the stuff I have planned. So yeah, that'll be like the official release, but prior to then, it will be available as a preview pattern, which is basically means that it's a
it's like a rough draft version of the pattern. There might be some subtle things different when the pattern actually is fully released, including a full video tutorial. But during this process of making it a preview pattern, I'm looking for feedback, and I'm using it as like an opportunity to provide Club Crochet members with an additional early access to a pattern. So that's how it kind of works. I do have a few preview patterns available already. So if you want to check out some preview ones, one of which is a little Pikmin, which I'm actually testing out now because I want to come out with it very, very soon. So if you want to test out little Pikmin patterns, check them out there. There's also a preview pattern right now for a little dragon, little baby dragon. But I actually already recorded this tutorial, and I took the feedback from the people that have reached out about the preview pattern and given me rough draft feedback. And there was some really good feedback for it. So I've completed this pattern almost. I've recorded it. So it should be out within the next few weeks. I just need to edit everything and get all the pictures and, you know, do all that other fun stuff. But yeah, that's basically what we're doing today. We're going to be crocheting tulips, and I'm going to be figuring it out during the live stream. If you want to crochet along with me, I highly suggest you maybe try the, well, not highly, I maybe try the sunflower, which kind of looks like this, or the rose pattern, which are completed patterns. If you're having like a difficult time, you can try to follow along with this pattern, and I will absolutely be explaining what I'm doing as I'm doing it. But more so, I'm going to be explaining my design philosophy as I do it, to help like explain how I'm designing it. If you want to try to crochet along with me, here's what I'm going to be using today. I'm going to be using worsted weight yarn, 100% cotton. That's usually what I really like to use for my crochet. I'm going to be using the colors green as our main color. That's obviously going to be the stem, the leaf, yeah, all that stuff. And then I'll need one of these two colors. I think I'm going to start with yellow for the actual tulip itself. And I actually don't know. Let's maybe try this yellow, or let's see, do I have a better yellow? Yeah, here we go. Let's do this yellow because I think I have a little bit more of this one, and it works well with this yellow. So, and it's a little bit more vibrant. So we're going to be using that yellow to start, and go off of that. If you want to help support this channel, there's a few ways you can do so before we get hooking. The first way, oh, sorry, let me go through the rest of the materials. I just talked about the two colors we needed. I'm using a size G 4mm crochet hook today, because I think it works really well with this yarn, and I've done other flowers with this hook, and it works really well. You'll need a pair of scissors, a darning needle, of course. I put out a little tiny, what's this called? A little tiny pot, a little clay pot, just because, like, I don't know, maybe we could use it, but I actually don't think we'll be using the mini pot today because the flower is going to be so big. But I will be using this wire. So this is like super strong, like steel wire. It's basically armature wire. So I'm going to be using that for this video. You can use aluminum wire, whatever kind of wire you want, and that's going to be for the stem of the piece so that you can bend it into different directions so you can make it sitting up and stuff like that. So that's what I'll be using this wire for. You can find it at really any craft store though, and you can even use like pipe cleaners wound together. Is like a good alternative way to use wire. But yeah, that's all the materials that I'm going to be using today. And again, the tutorial will be at clubcrochet.com/tulip when I am ready, when I'm done after this live stream. Okay. If you like what's going on here, hello chat, by the way. I'm sorry I'm not talking to the chat as much, but if you like what's going on here and would like to support this channel, there's a few ways you can do so. The first easy, free, cheap way is like this video down below, subscribe to the channel. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, I don't know how you found this video, but hi, welcome to the channel. You should totally subscribe. If this video gets 300 likes, we're going to do another giveaway next live stream because the heart video got enough likes last live stream to do a giveaway, and I didn't notice until right before the live stream because I'm a goofball. So I'm going to be doing a giveaway tomorrow or over the weekend on YouTube and Instagram for, I'm not sure what it's going to be for yet, but you unlocked a giveaway, so I'm going to be doing a giveaway I'll let you know. Keep a lookout on my Instagram. I'm at club.crochet on Instagram, and keep a lookout on the community section on the YouTube channel for information about how to enter the giveaway. And I'm sorry I didn't get it set up for the live stream itself. I tried, but I just found out so late because I wasn't paying attention, and I'm sorry about that. That's free, cheap ways to support this channel if you want. If you want to support monetarily, well, there's a lot of ways you can do that. The first best way to support monetarily is with the Club Crochet membership. Members get early access to future patterns. They get access to the exclusive library of tutorials. I come out with new ones every single month, and it only costs $5 a month to get started, and there's even a free trial. It's a great way to support the channel, and you get a lot of extra perks with that. So it's really cool. I highly suggest you do that if you can, and if you become a member during this live stream, your name will pop up right here. Other ways you can help support monetarily, there are merch kits and patterns in the store that you could purchase. And you can support by tipping. If you want to tip, you can go to clubcrochet.com/tip. And if you tip, I'll put something out in the background. Speaking of, the amazing Koopa Troopa has supported. We are going to pop something in the background today for Cooper to say thank you. And we actually have quite a lot here. So this is supposed to be a tree. Eventually, my dad is working on it right now. It's going to be a big metal tree that we're going to fill with stuff. And we've already started to fill it with a lot of things. And I'm getting a little worried about how full it's going to get. But whatever, we'll see what happens. For Cooper, I'm going to add something to the tree. Let's add preferably something magnetic. Oh, let's add one of these. We haven't added one of these yet. I think it's magnetic. Let's make sure it's magnetic. Yes, he's magnetic. We're gonna be adding this little fella, a little elephant, little elephant, as Mr. Samwise would say, an elephant. We're gonna add this to the background for Cooper. Let's put it right back here with a normal gecko's owl. There we go. Perfect. You can see him. Thank you so much for your support. If you support for $25, we're going to add you to this beautiful scene that only has one little guy here, but he is so cute and having a great time, so we don't have to bug him at all. And if you are wild and crazy and want to support for a whole bunch, I'll put something in the cubes of glory for you. But yeah, thank you so much for your support. Well, if you can. If you can't, I totally get it. No worries at all. Okay. Well, let's get hooking and figure out how we're gonna do this flower and where we're gonna start. I think the way I want to start is actually, this is what I wanted to do. I grabbed a pen. And we're gonna draw it out. Just a little bit. So here's what I'm thinking we do for this here flower, you guys. So the stem is going to be really easy. We're just going to basically do a long, stick with a wire in it. The top of it, tulips seem to have, there's a few things about tulips. The first thing is the inside of the tulip is going to have like this little, I'm thinking we're doing just like a little kind of, I think it's called a stamen. So we're going to do basically a little tiny shape like that in green. And then a little, like a very subtle, like edging to that, which will connect to our big stem. And then we're gonna add the petals on top. We might add, I don't know what these things are called. They're like these little things that pop off of it. There's 5 of them on a tulip. So I was thinking of adding those. And then obviously the last thing we want to do is add petals. For the petals, I'm going to be making petals out of our yellow yarn, and we're going to be making basically long, like, pieces like this out of yellow. We're going to make 6 of them and then sew them together so it's 3 of them around in a circle and then 3 around those to fully fill it up. If it stays too open, like if the flower stays open, we're going to have to sew them together at the top or do some kind of shifty shenanigans. Shifty Shenanigans should be a band name. That's a good band name. To make it work in the center. But I'm basically thinking we do 6 of these petals. So we're like 1, and then it'll go like 2, and then there'll be 3 back here, and then over those 3 will be like 1 like that, 2 over here, and then 3 over here to make a tulip. And these might hopefully get a little bit wider, so it's like that a little bit. But that's the general idea. What I'm thinking how we start this is we start with the little center part. We start with this center part here and get just to like the start of our stem, like around here. So that way we know how big to make the petals. And then once we do that, I'm actually gonna cut a petal out in paper to get a general idea of how big we want the petal, and then we'll design the petal using the yellow yarn. That's what I'm thinking we're gonna do. I've been thinking about it today. But yeah, while I'm going along this process, please feel free to give me any, yeah, the petals are like the flower's underwear. I love Zoe. You're so, you're right. Okay, so yeah, let me know as we go if you have any ideas and any feedback as I'm going, because that would be very helpful. Okay, so we're gonna start with just this green yarn. This is actually green yarn from a dragon, so we're gonna be using that because I want to. Now I don't think we're gonna need that much yarn, but you know, it's better to have more than less. Okay, so Zoe said that the inside parts are called the stamen and the pistils, which I did not know they were called the pistils. For some reason I thought they were called the pistons, but I think that's something that goes on an engine. For the stamen though, we do want it to have like a very, I don't know, like a very small start basically. And we want it to be about the same size as the stem itself, and the stem is only going to be 6 stitches around at the base. So we want to start smaller than that. So I'm going to start with 4 single crochets in a magic loop. And let's grab some, let's do white yarn as our stitch marker, just so we can keep track of the ends of our rounds. This is going to be mostly important for the beginning of our piece. And again, if you like this, you know, like down below, subscribe to the channel, blah-dee-dee-blue-dee-blue ball. Okay, so we want this stitch marker right through the center here. For the pistils, I'm going to probably just use like strands of yarn coming out, maybe with little knots on them. Shoots a Nerf gun. Pew pew. You're funny. All right, so oh, you know what? Okay, so I'm doing 4 single crochets into the magic loop. The next thing I want to do, I think we want to do something fancy just because I want to be a little fancy boy. I don't think this is going to be necessary at all, but why not? Because you're not going to see this really. But I'm going to single crochet into the back loops only of all these stitches so that the top of the stamen has a really like sharp flat top. So we're going to give that a shot. So I'm crocheting into the back loops only for this round 2 here, and I'm going to do, I think I'm just going to do a single crochet into each stitch around. So pretty simple here. And after every stitch, I'm going to like loosen my crochet hook a bit and then go into the next back loop on the stitches, and then pull the, oh man, I'm messing this up. There we go. And then go into this next back loop and then pull it tighter and then do my single crochet. So that way it's easier for me to get in and out of the stitches. So I loosen my stitch, I go to the next stitch, go into the back loop, start the single crochet, and then pull it tighter to pull everything back to normal. But we'll see how this goes. Now for the rows, when I did the rows, I had like a rose center, and that was kind of cool. 1, 2, 3, I believe. It's kind of hard to see. I think it's kind of hard to see, but I think this is the first stitch in our round there, which means we've already crocheted in the last stitch. So that should be all the stitches. But you see how it's like kind of making this weird like flat top? I just think that's going to be kind of cute. We're only going to make it this tall, so we actually don't need to worry too much about any more stitches. So I think we're going to start increasing it up now after that round 2. So I'm going to pull my stitch marker up and we'll start going on round 2. All right. Hello, chat. How is everybody, by the way? Hope you guys are having a great week. This week has been busy for me, but you know what? I've been such a good boy this week. I have done so much work. I've done a really, really good job at work, and I'm really proud of that. I just got a lot done. And tomorrow, tomorrow's Friday. Saturday at midnight, so really Sunday at 12 a.m. I'm gonna be on the Project for Awesome live stream. I'm gonna be hosting an hour on the Project for Awesome live stream, so that's gonna be super cool. And maybe I'll post about it in the community channel and stuff. But like, if you're a fan of Project for Awesome or the John and Hank Green YouTube channel and all their fun stuff, Complexly and stuff like that, I'll be in the live hosting one of the live streams. So that's gonna be really cool. I'm very excited. Tina, hello Tina. I love the new picture. Cute picture is cute. Okay, so that was our first stitch. All right, so I'm doing round 3. Round 3, I'm gonna do a single crochet in the first stitch and then an increase into the next stitch, and just repeat that process again, which is gonna pull me up from 4 stitches to 6 stitches. So that's the plan there. So 1, and then this will be our increase right here. 1, 2, 3, and we'll go 4, and here we'll go 6, 5, 6. So the start is clearly going to be a little bit tough because it's just going to be so small to work with, but I think it'll look pretty good after that. We'll pull our stitch marker up, and that'll be round 3. See how it's starting to come together. Now our last flower, I think we want the petals to be like maybe like this tall in total. So I probably want the stamen to be like that big. So I think I'll do 2 more rounds of just single crochets to get to the height that I want to now. So that was round 3, and this is going to be, I think, rounds 4 and 5. So we're going to do 2 rounds in a row of just single crochets around. I think a lot of flowers are edible, but this tulip will not be edible because it's going to be made out of cotton. Yeah, I think that's why if I'm being honest, I think that's why I got to do that that time slot, because I'm a night owl, and they didn't have very many people that could fill it. So I was like, hey, I'm happy to do a live stream if you can, or if you need someone to do one. And they're like, we actually do for this time. And I was like, I am going to be wide awake by that time, so no problem. It's cute. It's a little green booger. Yeah, it is a little green booger. So if we want the flower that tall, yeah, I think 1 more round. So we just finished round 4. Now I'll go on to round 5. Do another round of single crochets. And obviously, when I have this pattern like ready to rock and roll, I'll probably do a video tutorial for it. And yeah. By the way, what do you think about this background? How do you guys feel about this green of this background? Because this background is gonna probably be the main background for the big new project that I'm about to launch in April/May-ish. So I hope you like this background. If you don't, speak up now, because any kind of like it's now is my chance to make changes if I want to. That's pretty good. It might be. Yeah, that's actually that's pretty good. Okay, so we want that big. Let's Google. Let's do a little Googling. Where's my phone? Let's do some Googling. Cooper likes the background. Cool. I'm glad you do, because yeah, I was like, ooh, this might be a weird background. I don't know. Tulip anatomy is what we're looking at. The idea is we want to look at how big the tulip's like stamen thingamabobby is. This is a good picture, I think. Okay, so we're looking a little bit bigger because we're making that little center part there. So it's about half the size of the petals. So we could probably do maybe, you know what? Let's do a thing because it looks like it gets a little bit bigger and then a little bit smaller right at the bottom. So let's do up to 8 stitches around. So we did rounds 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and 5 were the rounds of single crochets. Let's do round 6 as a single crochet into the first 2 stitches and then an increase after that 2 times to go up from 6 to 8 stitches, and then we'll decrease after this round. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and this is just gonna hopefully give us a little bit more of the shape that we're looking for. So I did 2 single crochets and then an increase, and then we'll do that again. 1, 2, 3, and there is our 4th. So that should be 8 stitches. Okay, let's see how that looks. I mean, yeah, that looks not too bad. Yeah, and then we'll just decrease it down in this next round, so it'll be like a very simple. And then the tulip's gonna be that big. The petals are gonna be about that big. So one more round will bring us up to about that, which is, yeah, about half. Okay, cool. So this next round, after doing that increase up to 8 stitches, I'm gonna decrease back down to 6 to give it kind of that like vase, I guess, shape. I don't really know what kind of shape to explain that, but I'm gonna do for this next round 2 single crochets, 1, 2, and then we're gonna do an invisible decrease. So I'm gonna work in the front loops here. Now, like I said, I mean, obviously you can see that I am explaining my stitches as I go, but I'm not gonna go into crazy detail. So if you have questions about the crazy detail, ask me, but also be patient because I will do a video tutorial for this eventually when I have a finalized design. And there's also probably a pretty big likelihood that something about what we're crocheting today will be different in the final design. So keep an eye out for that. All right, so I think that should decrease us down nicely and give us that kind of shape that we're looking for, which, yeah, it kind of has. I think it has. And we'll just do, I'll just embroider, or not embroider, I'll just use yarn to make the little inside parts later on. Okay, so that was, I think that's good for our stamen part. The next thing I want to do is we're just going to do some very subtle, like, what's the word I'm thinking? Like the area between the petals and the stem. I'm sure they have a name, but we're gonna do those. They're like the little miniature leaves at the bottom here. We're just gonna do some very subtle work here. To do that, I'm gonna work into the front loops only for this next round. By the way, I'm on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so this is round 8, and we're gonna work in the front loops only. And I think how I'm gonna do it is the way that I do the neckline for the burbs. So if I pull out a burb here, here's just the burb's head. I think I'm gonna do this basically, but maybe with 2 chains instead of 1, so it has this like little bit of a frill in between, and it'll give us a very good signifier of where to sew on the petals later on too, which will be nice. So I'm gonna do, let's chain 2, 1, 2, and then I'm gonna slip stitch into the front loop only of the next stitch right here. And I'm actually just gonna leave the stitch marker here just because I need it for later. And I think I'll just repeat that into every stitch around. So we'll do 2, 1, 2 chains. I think I'm gonna pull the chains tight to make it a little bit more of a point, but I don't know if that's necessary. And then front loops only, slip stitch 1. See, and that's just gonna make this little tiny gap, which should be nice. So we'll do that all the way around. So let's try that again. Chain 2, I'll pull it pretty tight, and then I'll go into this front loop only and slip stitch 1. Yeah, that looks good. That's good. You're catching a possum for your dad while he's been in the hospital recovering from open heart surgery, beep beep. Okay, I have so many questions. Oh, you're crocheting a possum. Oh my god, I thought you said you were catching a possum for some reason. And I was like, why did your dad request you to catch a possum? I hope your dad's doing very well, and I hope the possum that you're crocheting is super adorable. Okay, so this is the last stitch right here, the last slip stitch. And you can kind of see how that is forming its little base part. I think that looks pretty cool, actually. Not gonna lie, that looks pretty good. I feel like this could be a lot of things, too. This could be a peg for a pirate or something. Oh, thank you so much, Crochet All Day Away. Thanks for joining. All right, so this next part's going to be kind of tricky. I'm sure of it. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to cut this little string just pretty close because it's just getting in our way anyhow. So we'll just cut that and toss that to the side. And then I'm just going to stuff that part in a little bit. All right, so this next round, there's going to be 6 stitches that are the unused back loop only from round 7, I think. So from round 7 there I used the front, or for round 8 I used the front loops only. Now I'm on round 9. I'm going to use the unused back loops only from round 7, which are going to be these ones right here in the back. Let me actually zoom in just in case people are working at the same pace as me. But these stitches right here, it's kind of hard to see which ones they are. I think the best way to find them is to work backwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will be the first one. And I'm just going to do a single crochet into all those stitches, and that will get us started on the stem. So we're going to get our crochet hook in there and then pull it tight. I usually like to do that. Get my crochet hook prepped and then pull tight. There we go. So there's 1. Ooh, I just heard a car squeal outside. It was like, wah! It was like, wah! No, not like that. Okay, back it up. So that's 1, 2, 3. The leaf should be pretty fun to do too. 4. 5, and then 1 more should be 6. And you can kind of see how I'm just kind of like guessing where it is and then pointing straight down with my crochet hook like that, which helps me get into that stitch without like having to stress about where it is as much. I actually did that in my in the tutorial I recorded yesterday for a dragon. I explained how to do that, and I actually did a really good job at explaining it. I was really proud of that. But yeah, there you go. You can kind of see how it's coming together a little bit. We created this little border in between where the stem and the flower is going to be. And I think it looks really good. I was going to stuff this, but I don't really think it needs any stuffing, to be honest. Okay, so now I'm just going to do single crochets into every stitch around. After doing that back loop only, the stem has been started. So now I can just like crochet around over and over and over and over and over again. So we'll just like basically be making single crochets until we like how long our stem is. But I'm going to just do this for a few rounds just to get some distance, and then we'll come back to it later on in the video or in the live stream because I want to work on the petals after this. But yeah, you can kind of see how it's just going to be making like a big really long stem. And it's actually, you know, that's kind of looking like the picture we drew a little bit already. So that's kind of cool. I don't know how many rounds I'm going to do here for single crochets. I think I talk about it a little bit in the in my other two patterns. I think I do around 40 rounds normally for like the sunflower, so we'll probably do something similar to that. We want it to be basically at least like 9 inches long. Cooper, if you are writing this down, feel free to use the sunflower's stem pattern here, or you can even just say like quote unquote use stem pattern here, so you don't have to write all that down if you don't want to. Hey Rebecca, hey Jimothy, how you doing? All right. Cosmo, we have a similar vocal vibe. The vocal vibes. Okay, now there is a band name, in my opinion, that could be like a doo-wop group. Hi everybody, we're the Vocal Vibes. And 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know how to sing, but you get what I'm saying. The Vocal Vibes. Good band name. All right, that's my last. I think that's my last single crochet. Oh, actually, you know what? Let's do. No, you know what? I think that's far enough where it gives us an idea of what to work with here. And we'll just pull this out and we'll put this to the side like that. Oh, actually, no, we won't put it to the side because we're going to need it for making our petals. So, I got some paper here. And let's go ahead and I'm going to draw a basic outline of how big I want these petals to be. So I'm thinking like we're going to go like this up to that, and then obviously the other way around too. So something around that big for each of the petals I think will be pretty good. So what we're gonna do is I don't think I've ever done crochet this way, but I think you know, let's try something new. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out. Really poorly. And we're gonna have it here as a base for how when we crochet it to try to get a similar size to this. And once we got our design for one of these petals, it probably won't be a big deal to make a bunch of them. But yeah, I've never designed this way, but you know what? It's yeah, why not? Let's give it a shot. I think that's a pretty good shape for a petal, for a tulip petal, by the way. I think that's pretty good. So we're gonna be using our yellow yarn. And okay, so the important thing for these petals is I'm going to want the tail of the petal to be on the bottom because we're going to be using the two tails to sew onto the body. So we're going to start with a slip knot for a petal like that, and we want to make, I think there's a few ways I can do this to keep this at the base of the petal. The first way I could do it is we could chain up and then start and then slip stitch back down and then do our stitches up and then around and back down to the base to get like the shape of the petal. And we might actually need to do that one more time to get how big we want the petal to be. Or we might not have to do that. The other way I could do it is I could just chain up and then start the shaping the other way around, so it actually starts from up here. So I chain down actually and then I start doing my stitches around, and as I get to the top here, I crochet around the tail to pull the tail back to the base, and then we do the thing where we chain back around and we build more upon that petal size. Both ways could work. The pros and cons to this, if we do it up and then down with slip stitches, it will make the center of it a little bit thicker of a base. That's actually how I do these sunflower petals, and that actually might be kind of nice for this pattern. You know, give the tulips, like, give them a little bit more sturdiness. So let's try that way. And oh, I just got your email, Tina. Let's try it that way, and if that doesn't work, we'll try the other way around. Okay, so that means what we need to do is we want to chain this about as long as we want the petal to be. So let's just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's see how much 10 gets us. 10's not too bad, actually, because we will be using stitches at the top here. 10. Let's do 12. Let's try 12. 11, 12. Will be about that long. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to chain 12. Get that here. And to start, I'm going to slip stitch all the way down these chains. I'm going to skip this first one, and I'm just going to slip stitch all the way down the chains to get to the base down here. That's it. Just slip stitch all the way down there, which is going to create like basically a base chain to work with. And it might curve slightly, but probably not too bad. Hi, Milo. Oh, you got a flight tomorrow. Well, enjoy your flight. I love flights. They're some of my favorite. Airports are one of my favorite places to be, actually. I really, really like airports. Yeah, Zoe, I feel that for sure. I usually don't enjoy doing horizontal rows because it just never looks the way I want it to look in my brain. You know what I mean? Okay, so that's 11 slip stitches all the way down to create this like base chain here. And then what we're gonna do is I'm going to chain. Let's see. Looks like we're gonna need to use like. I think we can start with half double crochet to get this height, because we want this to be, we basically want this part to be as tall as that. So we want to, I think we could start with a half double crochet, go to a double crochet, and we might even get to a triple crochet up in the middle here, and then we'll go back down to doubles towards the top, and we'll do a little point at the end. I don't know if we'll actually do that much of a point. So I'm going to do a chain 2. And then I'm going to turn my piece and half double crochet in all of the slips, all the places that I slip stitched into the last round. So in the actually in the chain stitches that I slip stitched into. So that kind of feels weird to do when you're making it, but that's what we're going to do. So we're going to start with a half double crochet here, like that, and we're going to look at how that is as far as like height goes. Yeah, that's not too bad. Go 1, half double there. And I could do 2 stitches into this one, which will give this bottom more of a rounded shape, actually. That might be kind of nice. So let's do that. We're going to do a half double and a double crochet into the very first of our slip stitch stitches. And we're going to see how that looks. Which will be like this. Yeah, that's pretty good. And that's giving us even a little bit more distance there, which is kind of nice. Okay, so that works there. Now let's try just a double crochet into the next stitch, which will be right here. Don't forget, you're working like around those slip stitches that you made. But yeah, something like this is nice. Like that. It's a double. I think we might. No, we shouldn't just do doubles all the way. I actually don't think that will look the way we want it to. Let's try a triple crochet next. So if you don't know what triple crochet is, it's just a double crochet a little bit taller. So we'll try that. 1, 2. I'm a little afraid this is going to be too tall. Let's see. So we're going like this. Run out of the way. No, that's not bad. Okay, so we'll do triple crochets about to here. So it was first stitch we did half double and a double, and then another double crochet in the next stitch, and then we're gonna do triple crochets for the next, like, I don't know, 3 or 4. Let's find out. We'll do 1, 2. That's our second triple crochet. One thing that we are gonna have to deal with here is, see that gap in between the two here? There's a way I can get rid of that gap, but I don't know if it's gonna be worth it just yet. We might end up doing that on a future petal to try to close the gaps a little bit. Okay, so we got half double, 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 half double and double in the same stitch, a double, and then 3 triples, like that. You know what? I think we can go down to a double crochet now after our 3 triples. We'll go down to a double crochet here. We'll go 1. Oh wait, did I? No, I did that right stitch. So there's 1, and then let's do at least 2 double crochets. I don't think we're gonna go down to a half double crochet, but we might. I actually think I might have wanted to do 1 more triple, because it'll be like right here. We got double, double, a double, double. Let's see, how many more stitches do I have to work with? 1, 2, 3, and then the last one I'm going to do a bunch of stitches in. So, double. You know what? I'm going to take these 2 double crochets out and change the first one with a triple crochet. So we're going to do 1, 2. We're going to do 4 triple crochets in a row instead of 3. And then we'll do a few double crochets. 1. We'll go here too. That, and then we'll go double, double. You know what? We're just going to do double crochets all the way up to the top then. Unless, you know what? We're going to do double crochets all the way to the tip, and then at the tip we'll switch to half double crochets. So that was, again, half double and double in the first, a double in the second, 4 triples in a row, then 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to do 4 double crochets in a row after that. So 1, 2, 3, and this will be 4. That. Yeah, that's not too bad. And then we're gonna do at least 2 half double crochets in the last one here. This should have been, I think, 11 stitches. 1, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Okay, good. We're gonna do 2 half double crochets in the tip here to start us off. We'll go 1 and 2 in the same stitch there. And then we'll do, I actually think we might be able to just turn, because tulips are they have a pretty soft, yeah, they don't have a very pointy top. So actually we're gonna let's do 3 half double crochets in the tip. See how that looks? Okay, and then if we turn around here and go down, is that going to be a big enough leaf is what we want to know. Let's put it into our location here. I want to stretch these stitches out. This might be a little long. Well, maybe not. Let's do one more half double crochet in the tip here. So there's 4 total in the tip. Okay, I like that. Okay, 4 half double crochets in the tip. And then we're just gonna do the same thing that we did backwards into the same stitches that we worked into, but in the top of them. So that was a double crochet here. And then a double crochet in the next one. 1, 2, and then 2 more double crochets. 3, and there's 4. And then we'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 triple crochets. This does kind of look like a banana, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, and then 4 will be here. Oops, that was supposed to be triple. Okay. I kind of don't see this like little weird like boop boop. I don't know if I love that, but it's not that bad. It's very subtle. And then we'll do the repeat of the end here. So it's a double crochet. 1 more double crochet here. And then into the last one, we're going to do a double crochet and a half double crochet. I actually think we might be able to do, instead of a half double crochet in the beginning, we might be able to do a single crochet instead, but let's find out what this looks like. I'm going to cut the yarn. We don't need a very long end. I'm just going to use this to sew it onto the thing anyhow. And then I'm just going to chain 1 and pull it through like that to get our petal made. And I think that looks pretty okay. I'm not stoked with this section right here, but you know, I think there's only so much shaping I can do, and I can also like kind of adjust it by just tweaking and poking a little bit. And this is what it looks like with the template that we did. It's not bad, but you can kind of see right here where it does that is where I'm not happy with it. So I might do, instead of doing 4 triple crochets, I might do 5 triple crochets instead, so that it gets a little bit wider for a little longer. And we're going to see how this looks on here. If we go like that and we sewed it on, can you imagine we go 1, 2, 3 there, and then we do 3 around that too. I think will work. It's not, you know what, it's not a bad shaping. So let's go ahead. I'm going to make another one of these, but just slightly different. Probably need to rewrite the petals bit. All right, cool. Thank you, Cooper. You rock. You rock. Okay, let me see if I can explain it again, and you can work off of that, Cooper, for the let me know if what I'm about to say works with what you wrote, and then I'll go through what you wrote on the live stream to kind of like test it while we're going. So I think that it started with 12 chains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 chains, and then slip stitches all the way down the chains. Should be 11 slip stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And I'll create this little chain thingy. And then I'm gonna try doing a single crochet instead of a half double crochet so that this base of the leaf is like a little bit closer together. So it's easier to sew on between 2 stitches. Because this might leave a little bit of a gap and I don't know if I want that. So we're gonna do a single crochet and a double crochet into the first one that we made. Did I turn? I did turn. Okay, so we're gonna chain. Let's just chain 1, turn. We're gonna single crochet into the very first stitch, going around the slip stitch, and we're gonna double crochet into that same stitch. So we're gonna yarn over into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through 2, and pull through 2, like that. Okay, so single crochet and double crochet in the start, and then we're gonna do a double crochet into the next stitch here, that. And then last time I did 4 triple crochets in a row. This time I'm gonna do 5 triple crochets in a row. So we're gonna yarn over twice and go into the next stitch here. We're gonna do a triple, 1, 2, 3. There's our first. We're gonna do 5 of those. 1. Oopsies. 1, 2, 3. 1. Ooh. 2, 3. There's our 3rd triple crochet. Here's our 4th one. 1, 2, 3, and then 1 more here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's 5 triple crochets, and now we're gonna do 1, 2, 3 double crochets after that. Starting right here. 1. And we're gonna go 2. And here's 3. And then I'm gonna do 4 half double crochets into the last one, which will turn our piece automatically, which should turn our piece 180 degrees, I should say. So there's 1, 2, 3, 1 more is 4. It's a little bit more, wide, I think. We'll hold it up to it when we're done here. And then we're just gonna do the same thing backwards again. Let's try that. And also we're gonna crack our fingers. Ready? Oh, good stuff. Good stuff is good. Don't do that. But also, ooh. Oh my gosh. I'm pippity poppity. I feel I'm like a bunch of pop rocks in an open mouth. All right. That's what a weird simile. All right, so we're gonna do the same stitches backwards. So that's 1, 2, 3 double crochets, and then 5 triple crochets. We'll see how this goes. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Here's our second one. Here's gonna be our third. You gotta watch those needles, Akiri. They're gonna stab you. 1, 2, 3. This will be 4. I think we did 5. Yeah. So 1 more here. And then a double crochet. And then our last stitch is going to be a double crochet and a single crochet in the same stitch. Double, and then a little tiny single crochet in that last one there. And we will chain 1, cut the yarn pretty kind of longish like that, and pull it through. And let's compare with, well, let's start by comparing with our, I'm just gonna poke it a little bit. Let's start by comparing with this thing here. See if that fixed a little bit. We're still getting that weird shape thing problem, so I might want to stretch this out a little bit here. Kind of tweak it down a little bit too. Like that. Yeah, that's actually really close. I like that. And then compared to the last one, kind of see how it's just very subtly different. And we'll still use this first leaf because 3 of them need to be on the inside, or first petal. 3 of them need to be on the inside anyhow, so it's like 1, 2. So that'll be 2. And I think we'll have them like overlap each other on the same side. You know, so it's like 1, 2, and then this last one's going to overlap this, or this one will overlap it, and then so like right there, like that. And then we'll do 3 more on the outside of those. Hopefully it won't be too difficult to sew these on. I am anticipating it being a little difficult, but we'll see. They also seem like a little bit big, but yeah. Akira's like, I'm making snails, all right, and you can't stop me. If there's one thing I know Akira likes, it's snails. Okay. Oh, thank you for subscribing. We got so many subscribers. Thank you. Starshine, Nancy, Mr. Republican, and Mary Pounds, and Amy. Thank you guys so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. All right, so let's do this again. Down our workspace a little bit. We got a lot of these petals to make. Petal to the metal. We've got 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then slip stitch down. 2. And then we'll work our way back up. So far, this is, I think, working pretty well. We will definitely be doing like a, I don't know, a fun leaf later. That should be fun. And then we'll chain 1, turn our piece, single crochet 1, and double crochet 1. I think this is gonna work. I really do. I really hope it does. We'll see. Onyx says, why not put wire in the stem? That is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put wire in the stem. Yeah, that's why I had, in the beginning of this video, that's why I had this. It's because we're gonna use that. Okay. How many double crochets? 1. Just 1, right? 1, and then 5 triples. Like that. 3. Hi, Tegan. Thanks for joining. You're in school. All right, well, enjoy school. 2, 3. There's our 3rd. There's our 4th. And then here's 5. I don't really like using stitch markers that are plastic ones because they're just like annoying for me to use usually, because you have to just like take them out after every round, and it's just like a whole rigmarole. So what I usually like to do is just use a piece of yarn as a stitch marker. Just helps me do it easier, and I always have spare bits of yarn around anyhow, so it kind of like works out. 1, 2. Ooh, this one's getting a little weird. Actually, we're all right. 3 and 4 in the same stitch. What I'm hoping for here is that the tips of all these, I mean, currently they're bending out like that, which might work. We might actually end up sewing them on inside out. Which, I mean, it actually doesn't look that bad if we did that, but I personally prefer this outside more, so we might need to bend it in like this instead, so that they all hold their shape around each other and keep the tulip closed. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Is this the smaller one or the bigger one? This is the bigger one. Okay. Yeah. Okay. 2, 3, 4. All right, so now we're double crocheting down. Ooh, Hannah uses bobby pins. That's actually probably a pretty good move because you can just like remove the bobby pins really easy. 1, 2, and 3. Whoa, what's a margarita spider? Flowers called a margarita spider. You know, I told Jules. We went to margarita. What is it? Spider? These ones? Those are crazy looking. That is a weird looking flower. How sweet is that though? I was telling Jules actually we went somewhere for we went to a nice dinner for Valentine's Day, and I was saying like hey, next time you get a chance, I'd love to get flowers. I've never gotten flowers. The only time I think I'm ever going to get flowers, if you don't get me them, are going to be at my funeral. So I was like, it'd be nice to get flowers outside of that. 1, 2, 3. Boys can like flowers too. 2, 3. But seriously, I don't think I've ever gotten flowers as a gift. But it would be really sweet if I did. That'd be nice. Let's see. We want 5 of these triple crochets, so we want 1 more. Well, then I better never die, Akiri. Thanks, you totally jinxed me. Just kidding. Hopefully. Good thing I'll never die. Alright. Chain 1. Cut the yarn pretty long. And pull it through. Y'all can, if I do, y'all can leave crocheted things at my you can leave crocheted tulips at my gravestone. All right, let's see how 3 of these look. 1, 2. I actually don't know if we're gonna end up using that the first leaf. 3 like that. Right? And then over those 3 will be another 3 on the outside, which should fill in everything. Let's just imagine there's one over here and use this one to imagine what one of the third petals would look like over the other ones, like that. Oh yeah, that's gonna be cool. And there's one here, and then there's 2 more petals there. It'll be pretty big on petals, but you know, like that's kind of the point, right? And then I think I'm actually just going to use some of these tail ends to make the little stamens or whatever on the inside. And then we'll open it up. Oh! Okay, cool. I like it. I like what's going on here. So we need at least 3 more petals, maybe 4. But I'm going to pull up Cooper's pattern and compare and contrast to like what is in my noggin. Again, shout out to Cooper. You rock. Big time rockin'. And another thing, like this video if you haven't already. Because we're trying to get 300. If we get 300 likes, we'll do another giveaway next live stream. And I think we don't have very much yet, so. I don't know, actually. How many likes does this video have? As we pull this up. Okay, middle part. Nice. Middle part's written great. Petals. Okay. Yeah, I think it kind of works. I will rewrite it because the reason I'm going to rewrite it is because I'm just going to separate it a little bit more so that it's more clear what part you're at. But you did great. Thank you for your help again. Okay. Water. And back to petal making. I'm jealous because I barely ever see snow. These colors are close enough, right? Yeah, they're basically the same color. I wonder if this is enough for a petal. Let's find out. It's not very much yarn, so might not be, but here at Club Crochet, we like to live life on the edge. 12 chains, 3, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's slip stitch our way down. Move these. Almost. I think I did that right. What orange thing should G crochet? What orange thing should they crochet? Let's see. What could they crochet? I mean, you can crochet an orange. You can crochet a snail like Akiri wants you to. Akiri is obsessed with snails, apparently. Have you ever eaten a snail, Akiri? See, I knew you were going to say snail. I knew it. I called that. I totally called it. All right. One double. Oopsies. Here. There you go. One double. And then 5 triples. And what did you think about the taste of your favorite little mollusk, Mr. Akiri or Mrs. Akiri? There needs to be Mr. Mrs. for gender neutral, I think. Like a mixture. I don't know. There's something there though. You know what? I bet you there is one, but I just never heard of it. Because if you don't know, but you want to be polite, you know? I don't know. Just a thought. Yeah, how do you say that though, Hannah? Like I knew there was one. I knew there was an MX, but I just don't know how to How do you say that? Like mixter? Mix-a-lot? Mr. Mix-a-lot? I don't know. I don't know how to say it. Mixture. Yeah, it'll be up after the live stream. I think, Cooper, by the way, I think in the future of these live streams, what I'd like to do off this live stream later is show you how to add patterns to the website. And then then maybe we can actively like be adding the pattern to the website during the live stream. So if you want to like keep track of progress or whatever, I don't know. I just thought it'd be kind of a fun way to do it. All right, we're gonna do 4 half double crochets in this last one here, and that's obviously if you want to put that extra effort in. You definitely do not have to. Just might be kind of cool. Maximum. Mix. Mix loops. Mixter loops. This is nice. So we've heard this soundtrack like a million times now. Well, not like a million, but you know, it's been on the live stream the past like 4 or 5 live streams probably. And I'm still not sick of it yet. It's chill. Cool, we can definitely work on that. Dope, Coop. Dope. Ooh, I forgot that we were playing Yarn Chicken. I think we're gonna win it. I think we're gonna win our Yarn Chicken. 1, 2, 3. Two, 3. The song makes me feel like I'm in like a, I don't know, something chill. Oopsies, I think I messed up. Because I think I did. Oh no, I didn't. 1, 2, 3 doubles. Yeah, okay, never mind. I'm good. What were discovered in the deepest cave system in the world? Was that something that I said that I just have forgotten now? Oh, a clear snails. Ooh. Ooh, clear snails. You know what? One of my favorite weird bugs in the entire world is a I really like glowworms, the ones that hang from the ceiling and like slowly spit little things out. Oh, they're so cool to me. I don't know why, and they glow obviously. I just think they're super cool. I don't ever really want to see one because they seem gross AF, but they just seem so cool. Like, what a cool evolutionary, like, you know, advance of a bug. Like, what a interesting way to evolve in a cave system so that you could have lights that attract other kinds of bugs and then catch them in your gooey string. Like, what? How weird is that? And I think it's just like their larva state, so I don't even know what their non-larva state looks like. I don't know, man. Glowworms are crazy. We should crochet glowworms one day. Not before snails. Never before snails. Don't you worry, Akiri. All right, so we got 3 normal petals done. We got one of our prototype petals, but we need to make at least 3 more petals, or at least 2 more petals, maybe 3 more petals. We'll see. Ooh, can I show you a cool? Look at this. I learned a new pen spinning trick. I showed Jules this, and she was like, "Cool." So I go 1, I go 2, and this is the new one. I go whoop. Oh, I messed it up. 1, 2, like that, and I catch it, and then I start the process again. If I do it really well, it looks super cool. I just learned it the other day, so I'm still practicing. Snail emoji. Oh my gosh. Akiri, promise you will not spam the chat with your snail emoji now that you've discovered there's a snail emoji. You can use snail emoji every now and then, but I do not want to see you spam in the chat with it. I feel like I just willed that into existence. Please, no. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then slip stitch down. And then slip stitch down. What time is it? It's 4:30. Nice. Actually, we're doing pretty, as far as like a design pattern goes, like this is pretty good timing, I think. You know, for not knowing what I'm doing before I do it. I mean, I guess I've had like some of this figured out by doing the sunflower, but not really, you know? Oh yeah, dude, glow in the dark yarn is cool. I actually have a bunch extra that I've been meaning to add to the shop. It's called DIY Glow, and I bought literally like 200 or 300 balls of it because I wanted to do like a special kit with it. But then I never did that, and now I have like a ridiculous amount of inventory of this glow in the dark yarn. So I might add it to the shop pretty soon, or I might use it for crochet kits, maybe. Because I was thinking, like, we used the glow in the dark yarn actually once to make space UFOs, and so the parts of the UFO would glow. It was really cool. You're so funny. Can I just say, I love you guys. The chat, you guys, my weeks would be nothing without you. You guys make my week. You're all so like just silly. I love it. Great job. Great job being you. Keep up the good work. 2, 3. Okay. Part of the snail cult. Akiri and the snail cult. That sounds like a movie. Maybe the band, like the album for Akiri and the snail cult, can be written by the, what did I say? Something vibes? The vocal vibes. 2, 3. So that's 4. I think it was 5 triples. That was wrong. There it is. I'm mumbling to myself here. Mumbling. Mumble's a good word, because it like sounds exactly like what it means. I'm mumbling. Some mumbling. I bet you that's how it got its name, because it sounds like what it is. This pedal's getting a little funky, but actually, no, I fixed it. All right, bunch of half double crochets in the tip. I actually am finding that this part is the hardest part of making these petals, is doing the 4 half double crochets at the tip. Is seeming a little bit more difficult than all the rest of it. It's just kind of hard to see where you're putting that stitch. So if you're crocheting these, keep an eye out for that. 1, 2, 3. Oh. 2. 3. 4. And 5. All right, another petal almost done. Only 2 more, maybe just 1 if we want to be a little wild. I think what we should do is we'll make 1 more petal here, and then we'll sew on the petals that we got and see if we need to make 1 more or not. You know what? Or we'll just make them all the same way. Or we'll just do what we gotta do. 1. Okay. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Oh. Mumble comes from mum/mom, which comes from baby noises. So yeah, you're right. I mean, you know what, Mirtin? I appreciate your stretching the facts to make me right. I think that's the right way to do it. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Cool. Grab people. All right. Last part of the stream is just going to be single crocheting over and over and over again to make this stem. It's going to be funny. But you know what? That'll be fun. It'll be a nice little chill part after sewing on this onto the center part, whatever we call it. Has anybody been Whoa, I mumbled. Has anybody been watching the show on I think it's on Peacock? A friend of mine gave me his login to Peacock, so we've been watching some stuff on there. But there's a show on there called Poker Face with the girl from Orange is the New Black and Russian Doll. The reason I'm saying it because Mr. Republican said Russian doll snails, but anyhow, the show Poker Face, it's really good. We've been really liking it. It's a very strange like murder mystery where like you kind of know what the murder is, and who the murderer is. You're actually trying to figure out how the main character is gonna figure it out, it's just a super unique way to go about like a show like that, and yeah, it's just really cool. 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it's a cool show. Recommended. Check it out. Also, I'm gonna get. Well, never mind. I'm just excited about the future of just stuff like video games. Oh my gosh. The new Metroid. Well, not the new Metroid, but the remake of the old Metroid. I'm very excited for it. I feel like I'm going to be the only one excited for it, but I'm excited for it. We're talking about snail juice over here. What's this deal? What's the deal here? Slugger shell. Snapple sounds like a Pokemon. Maybe the juice is made from snail apples. Morgana, what is you weirdos. Everyone will eat snail fruits. You guys are psychopaths. Love it. Gotta love it. You gotta love it. So funny. You gotta eat your snail fruit. Cooper has totally zoned out of the snail talk. Snail talk with a Teary. Welcome to Snail Talk. On today's episode, we'll be talking about shells, what they're made of, how big they should be, and where you can find them. Thank you for joining Snail Talk. This episode is sponsored by Squarespace. Need a website? Oh, that made me laugh. Okay. Welcome to Snail Talk. This yarn, this is yellow. This is very yellow yarn. Very yellow yarn. Who asked that? Can someone tell me? Mr. Republican. Yeah, this is yellow. I wonder how long I can go into that snail talk. What else? Welcome to Snail Talk. In today's episode, we'll be talking about stalks. Is your stalk looking a little shorter than normal? Well, you might be messing around with salt a little too often. You've got to watch for your salt intake. As a snail, salt is very dangerous to us. Make sure to go into your shell and stay out of salt's way. This episode's brought to you by Blue Apron, where they promised not to add any snails to the recipes. Oops. Turns out it's hard to crochet while you're creating a mythical podcast. Turns out, who would have known? Oops. Let's hope these are pretty easy to sew onto the body. You know what? Let's go ahead. I think I'm gonna need to make one more of these, but let's try sewing a few of these on real quick. So how we're gonna sew them on is we're gonna go like this. Now, you know what? What did I say before? Club crochet, we live life on the edge. So we gotta make one more. We're gonna just make them all. We're gonna make them all. Get this petal out of here. See, you don't want to mess with salt. It's just a snail fact. Akira, give us another snail fact, please. This episode is brought to you by Snail Mail. Do you miss getting your mail way too late? Do you miss getting way too much garbage in your mailbox? Well, don't worry. We at Snail Mail are here to send you useless junk that you're just going to have to recycle anyhow. Ruining the planet one tree at a time. Snail Mail. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Do you think 11, 12? Do you think that 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Do you think that junk mail, like physical junk mail, will die off with do you think that our generation or the millennial generation will be the last to experience that? I'm hoping, because I hate junk mail. It is a scourge. Scourge. It's like, man, I'm not gonna look at this. Special thanks to our sponsor, S-Cargo. Is your car running a little too fast? Well, no worries. We at S-Cargo are here to make sure that your car runs extra slow. call. Now there's our snail fact. Akiri says, oopsies, hold on. Akiri says that wild snails live from 3 to 7 years, while those in captivity live up to 25 years, which is crazy. I would never have thought snails lived that long. I thought snails had like a shelf life of like, I don't know, a year, maybe. Oops, that was supposed to be a triple crochet. Hannah thinks we're going to be stuck with junk mail and spam calls forever. We might. We totally might. We should tax companies like out the butt that send junk mail to get them to stop. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All right, almost. Let's see. Oh no, we need 5 of these triple crochets. We're coming up to the end of our petal to the metal race here. And then we could finally sew them all on and see how that looks. And hope and pray that everything looks good and the way we want it to. Especially when we sew them on. I'm only like medium worried about how it looks. I'm always a little worried when I'm first making it, especially if I'm on a live stream, but I don't know, I think it'll work. I think this is gonna work, guys. I think it will. I think it can. Boom, boom, boom. Three of those. These definitely do look like banana leaves or something. All right, Onyx, thanks for joining. We'll be live again, by the way, next Sunday. We're gonna start a new series on next Sunday, or next Thursday rather. You know, same time, same place, but we're gonna be doing a giant. Well, actually, I'm gonna put the vote up for you guys. We're either gonna do a giant dragon or a giant Chubzilla, but some kind of giant crocheted dinosaur dragon thing, something like that. I got some really cool purple yarn, some really cool blanket yarn that's purple that I really want to make into a giant piece. I just thought that'd be fun. And then I think we're just gonna do it on our couch, on the couch over there, like we did the giant what was that thing called? Ghost. Like we did the giant ghost live stream, something like that. Yeah, right? Giant Chubzilla, right? Okay, so we got all of our petals done. And now let's try to make this work. Okay, so we should have 6 stitches to work with around here, which means each of these stitches should get 2. You know, so like if we had, let's draw it out here. If we have 6 places, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? 1 petal can go here between, and so to these 2 stitches, 1 will go here. Oh no, I'm sorry. 1 will go here, 1 will go here, and then over the other ones we'll do 1, 2, like connecting to the other things. 3. That kind of makes sense a little bit. I don't know. You'll get what I mean. So we're going to thread both of these ends. I think how I'll do it is I'll thread the middle end first onto our needle. And I'm going to go through... start here. We'll go, well, let's count our stitches. We got 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Kind of seems like we got 7 and 8 actually. So I don't know. Okay, so we're just gonna go in there, and I'm just gonna come out somewhere on the bottom right here so that we can double knot it together. And then we'll thread the other end. And we're gonna go in through the same stitch and then out through the next stitch up on the base right here. And we're gonna make sure that goes around here. That, and like that. And we accidentally worked around something that we shouldn't have, which is super cool. I love when that happens. That's so great. So we got to undo this one. Okay, 1, 2 of that. I'm gonna pull this over here and hold it down with this to keep it out of our way. All right, so 1, and then I'm gonna go around this stitch right here into the same thing. I don't know if we should like double it up, but let's give it a shot. Let's try doubling it, the sew on, so that just in case. Let's see how that goes. So we'll pull that tighter. We'll go around this stitch, actually just that one right there, in, and then out through where our other end is, like that. Like this. Let's see how that looks. Okay. Yeah, that works. I think that works. Especially because it's going to be covered up by more petals too. But it even holds, it's even going in, which is what we want it to do. So yeah, that I think this is going to work, you guys. Should you make Snailzilla? Well, of course. I think you have a, I'm pretty sure, I got to recheck the contract, Akiri. But I'm pretty sure you have a legal obligation to do that. Pretty sure. Now, I don't know what happened to that strand of yarn, but we're just gonna pretend that it's a totally normal strand of yarn and it's not messed up in any way. And double knot. Cut the yarn, and we'll stuff that knot back in the piece on the inside, just like these. All right, there's one petal sewn on. Numero dos. We're gonna thread both of these ends actually at once because we live life on the edge here at the Club Crochet channel. Crocheting on the edge of crochet. Okay, wait. We want one to be here, so we'll go 1, 2, and then one to be here, 1, 2. So we'll go 1, 2 like that. Actually, wait. Oh, I didn't. Never mind. I can't live life on the edge because I just remembered that they don't come out through the same stitch. So need this one out of it. That. 1, 2. Put up a vote for which animal we're going to be discussing next. Okay, what animal are we going to be discussing next? You mean in the live stream? I don't know. Okay, what animal could we discuss next? What animal do we as a collective know the most about other than snails? Obviously, we know a lot about snails. We're basically, you could say we're like snail experts. What's the word for a snail expert? I don't know. There we go. Okay. Uno, dos. A little weird. It's getting a little open, a little floppy. We don't like that, but I think when it comes together, it'll all stay closed, hopefully. And if it doesn't, we can fix that. We can fix that if we need to. Jan, what are we crocheting? Yes, we're crocheting a tulip today. Snailologists. Yes, there it is. There it is. That's what it is. Snailologist. It's hard to say though. Snailologist. Let's talk about raccoons. They're some of my favorite animals. I like raccoons a lot. I like to think of myself, I don't like to think of myself as this, but I do think of myself as a bit of a raccoon of a person. You know, I stay up really late, I eat a lot of trash, I'm a little demon, I'm a little goblin man, and really, raccoons are the goblins of the animal world, in my opinion. I would say they're the closest thing you can get to a goblin. With their little shifty fingers and all their stealing and being cute, kind of, though, too. I like goblins. And I like raccoons. Welcome to my TED Talk. Around the outside, around the outside. Tight. Into this. Right there. Into the stitchy. Right there. Then out of the same stitchy. For to sew together. If I can. This is unknown. I do not know if it will work. Here we go. 1, 2. There. Yes. Thank goodness I did not break that. Okay, 1, 2, 3. It's looking a little tulipy. Right? A little bit. Once we get the other 3 on, maybe, hopefully. I mean, this part's annoying me. The fact that it doesn't want to stay closed, but, you know, what can I expect from floppy crochet? Why is your boyfriend at your door? To give you a smooch, of course. And because he likes you, probably, hopefully. Raccoons are trash pandas. I know, and I love them. All right. Three down, 3 to go. And with the last 3, I'm going to use the centers to make stamens. All right, and these ones need to go around the center of where these other 2 go, so like this, you know, so it's like in between the other 2. So it's going to be like right here. This part's going to be a little tough because, I mean, I've already sewn together so much, but I think we're going to go 1 through here, 1 through here. We're going to skip a stitch over like that. Can you hear Jimbo? Let me know if you can hear Jimbo. He's whining in the background. He wants in. He wants to hang out. Maybe at the end, Mr. Binjo. Benji the Binjo. Raccoon fact. The scientific name is Procyon lotor, which translates to before dog washer. Cooper has no idea what that means, but there you go. Important information to have, you know, about raccoons. Thank you for doing the very much needed raccoon research necessary for this channel. Really important information here is to learn about, study, and eventually become a raccoon. That's the goal of Club Crochet. That's our mission statement. Yeah, Jimmo. In, out the same stitch here. And did I mess that up? Nope. Like that. Oh, that was satisfying. That was satisfying. Okay. It like pulled the knot in perfect. Like, look at that. That's a good sew. Hey, that's okay. That's okay. This is good. You know, like that. It's kind of working. Like this, and then this part goes like this. You know, it's not perfect, but it's working. It's looking a little tulipy. And here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go ahead and double knot this right here. 1 and 2. Then what we're gonna do is we're going to take this end. We're gonna pull it straight through. We're gonna go in through where it's coming out like this. We're gonna come out through, let's go like right here, like that. And we're just gonna be a little extra today. This, and we're gonna make a little knot in it. This, right? A little shorter, like that. And then there we go. We got those little inside. We got a little inside one, see? Honestly, this is gonna look really cute open too, though. Like, it'll look like a big flower. What kind of flower does that look like when it's open? I don't know. But I think also what we can do is, with the very last strand, we can go in and we can just kind of like sew it together just enough where it holds its shape a little bit better. But let's you do that same kind of knot thing with this one, because there's supposed to be 5 of them. At least it looked like 5 in the anatomy picture that I pulled up. Let's pull up that anatomy picture again just to get a good idea of what we're thinking. Oh, this one even had the names. The stamens. That's what we're making. We're making stamens. This looks like it has 4 stamens. This one looks like it has 5 stamens. I think somewhere between, 4 or 5 or whatever. As long as you got a few of them. I mean, they don't totally look like a flower stamens, but, you know, they give you the idea. They give you the general gist. General gist. General gist. At your service. Bye, G. Thanks for joining. All right. 2 more petals to sew on. Where was that which one was that one? This one? Yeah, this one. So next one we want is right here. I learned a new, this is gonna be super, probably pretty nerdy and lame, but I'm gonna tell you about it anyhow because I like to share things. I really like beatboxing. I'm very like, I just think beatboxing is fun to do. And I've learned a new beatbox recently that I figured out that I could do. And it goes like this. It goes. It's pretty good, right? Pretty good. Pretty proud of that one. I do it all the time, especially in the shower. I'm basically like really cool. Basically like just like a really cool guy. People call me all the time. They say, "Hey, you're that cool guy, right?" I say, "Yeah, that's me. I'm the cool guy." This stitch back into the body, out, out right here. This just looks like a big mess right now, but it makes sense to me. I almost broke that yarn. That would have been not fun. We would have had to make another petal. And I'm out of the yarn for these petals. Actually, we probably just would have used our spare petal. 2, 3. Oh my gosh, Jimbo, chill out. No, yeah, tomorrow is my Snail is the coolest name ever. Tomorrow is my my mom's birthday. 1, 2. Okay, so like actually the last one's right here. How are we feeling about this though? Wait, let's just do this real quick so that it holds together at the top just for a sec, and just give it a look. Does this look to you like a tulip? Kinda. The answer is kinda. I mean, yeah, kinda. I think. I don't know. Maybe I'm being just too harsh on myself, but it feels like a little weird looking. I think it's because it's not holding its shape as well as I want it to. Which is hashtag bugging me. Hashtag sashtag. A couple more of these little stamens. That's a long stamen. Okay. Oh, Cece, yes, you can. Cece, you absolutely can sell things that you make with my patterns at craft fairs. Just if anybody asks, just tell them where you got the pattern. And if you're selling it online, put in the description pattern by clubcrochet.com. Dude, Zoe, don't even get me started with ChatGPT. That stuff is scary AF. I mean, it's cool, but it is like crazy, my dude. Like that's the future. The future is gonna look way different. I'm telling you. I talk about it all the time with Jules. it scares me, but it's also kind of exciting. It feels like the new internet almost. It's like, it's just gonna change everything, man. Everything's gonna change everything, man, dude, bro. Me and Jules do that all the time. Cause I say dude a lot, and she likes to make fun of me, so she goes like, "Oh yeah, man, dude, bro." Yeah, no problem, Cece. What patterns specifically are you considering? Just out of curiosity. Go over that stitch right there. Right there, like that. Right like that, yeah. And we come up and come out like that. We go through this stitch. Up through the bottom. And last petal is going on. Okay, last thing we want to do for these petals before we just start working on the stem, which will actually be the last thing we need, is we want to pull this through and make one last stamen, and then we're going to use that other tail end to make sure that our petals are the way we want them to be, aka closed. Come on, there we go. Okay, so this is gonna be our last stamen. The little bumblebees! Oh, yay! I love the bumblebees. Okay, now we're gonna use, well, first off, let's just like close our petals up a little bit like this. Right? We'll just poke them close like that. Hey, you know what? That doesn't not look like a tulip. This one's being a funky boy, but the rest of them look kind of alright. Let's look at pictures of tulips real quick. Where's my phone? Tulip. Okay. So I think that is what I think about when I think tulip. Or I guess that is a pretty classic tulip. Oh, is that what they look like bloomed? So yeah, kind of like this. I mean, actually, dude, that's like pretty good. That's not bad. That's not that bad, actually. Cool. I mean, I do want to keep it maybe a little bit like closed in, but like even just like this, just pinch it like that. Give it more of a tulip shape. You know? Yeah, it's this one is the one that's being a butthead. But I think all in all, like as far as like a tulip looks, that's not too bad. I think she'll like that a lot. I think she's really gonna dig this. Okay, cool. I don't know if I really do want to sew the petals together now, other than this one here. But yeah, we can mess with that one at least. Like the outside petals, we can at least like try to make sure they're staying together. So we'll go up in the inside and come out through about right there, and all right, so what we're gonna do, that looks so cool though, look at that, that looks really cool. actually opened up. Oh my gosh, that could be a completely separate type of flower. That's way cool. I don't even know what kind of flower that would be, but like it looks super cool. Okay, so we want to kind of help the outside petals, this one right here, stay in just a little bit more. So we're gonna go in through a few stitches like that, which hopefully when we do it like this and pull it in, it'll help us keep its shape. And then we'll do the same thing over here. So let's see if this works. Because I think if I pull this petal in like this, just a little bit to keep it up, maybe, will that work? I mean, it did keep it up a little, at least. And then we'll do the same thing with this back petal here. Not to back pedal, but what is wrong with me? Okay. We want this one like this. Do that stitch. And then the last one is going to be over here that we want to kind of attach a little bit better. Oh, that's supposed to be on the inside. That. And this is supposed to go on the outside. That. Yeah, actually, that is kind of pulling it in. But is it worth it? We wondered out loud. So it goes outside of this leaf, like that. So like this. Is that helping or hindering? It might be hindering it, actually. Because it's keeping this one in. It's keeping this one up. Yeah, we'll do this last one here. We can always undo this too. And I'm going to come out where another stamen is, I think, and I'll just double knot to a stamen. So where's the stamen? Coming out right there. Let's come out this one. Okay. All right. And then we'll tweak all these inside ones up. Outside ones on the outside. I just don't like what's happening on that one, but it's okay. See, I think it's just pulling in a little tight there, tighter than I want it to. I just want to stay like this. Well, that was maybe a little too much, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. I think I like it. Yeah, we could like try to tack them. We could also try like gluing and or something, but you know, I usually do not like using glue if I can avoid it. I mean, it does look like it does look like a tulip to me. So that's the good news. Let's just go ahead and we'll turn this last one into a stamen real quick. Cut it nice and close. And pull those up. Pull the stitches out a little bit that are being cinched. All right, cool. I'm cool with it. Now we need to make the stem, and then we need to make a leaf, obviously, too. But we're doing pretty good on time. Let's do, let's measure a piece of wire. Like that. And my wire cutters, which are somewhere. There they are. And we need a tape measure. Okay. So we want this to be at least 9 inches is usually the length that I like them. Yeah, 9 inches looks good. So we're going to take this wire on the end of it, bend it straight. As straight as we can, at least. Right there. Okay. That went flying. Yarn all over my feet. Okay. There we go. All right. Just gonna bend this end in a little bit. I mean out rather. All right. So we need to make it long enough so that it's as long as this is at least. So that just means a whole bunch of single crochets in our green yarn. So let's get that started. Okay, back to what we're best at. Just single crocheting around in a circle. One stitch at a time. Doobity doop-a-dop doodity boo. And then we'll do a leaf right at the end. And everything will go according to plan. Let's deal with this yellow yarn real quick just to get it out of the way. My aunt's gonna be like, why didn't you make me a tulip? My mom is a twin, an identical twin, and my Aunt Judy is usually gets at least one of something that I make. But I don't know if she's gonna get a tulip or not. Maybe. I mean, I gotta make another one for the video tutorial, and I have to do a pictures and so we'll see. What I gotta stop doing is stepping on my yarn. Jimbo! Okay, how do I pronounce it? It's not, is it Akari? Like an Atari but with a K? And it's so mean. How could you be so mean as to tell me I've been pronouncing your name wrong? No, it's all good. All good. Sorry, I've been pronouncing your name wrong. Let me tell you one of the most embarrassing things that's happened to me. So I'm really bad with names. I mean, you know, everybody says they're really bad with names. I really am terrible with names. Like, so bad. To the point where I had a friend who I went to her her boyfriend's birthday party, and I knew her. Like, I had met her many, many times, and I introduced myself to her. Hi, I'm Louie. She goes, Louie, dude, we have met so many times, and I've told you my name so many times. You don't remember what my name is, do you? And I was like, yes, I do. It's, she goes, it's Sarah. I'm like, oh my God. I've never been more embarrassed. The rest of the night, I paid for a bunch of her drinks and everything. I felt so bad. I don't think I've ever felt so bad about saying someone's name right. I felt terrible. But yeah, that's one of the most embarrassing things that's happened to me, is someone just straight up calling me out and actually actively being upset that I had been saying their name wrong. And they had every right to be, honestly. And I still feel really bad. Sarah, if you're out there and watching this, I apologize yet again. Especially because Sarah is like such an easy name for me to remember. My cousin's name is Sarah. One of my best friends' names are Sarah. My grandmother's name was Sarah. Like, I know a lot of Sarahs, so. Yeah, it happens, but it shouldn't. This part's always so funny to me because it's just like a limp flower just hanging down. And every time I do a crochet, it'll hit, especially once I start getting long enough, it'll start hitting the ground, and it just seems funny to me. I think we're about a fourth done already on the stem, at least. We're actually, I would say, almost done with this pattern. I think we have maybe half an hour left. Yeah, me and Mr. Republican, me and my fiance have a strategy where to get people's names out of them so that I don't look like a jerk. But it's very similar to that. You wait for someone else to say it in a social gathering, but usually it's like she goes and introduces herself to them. One of the things that I'm like low-key excited for, Jan, yes, this is 6 single crochet. It should be 6 single crochets around. 4, 5, 6. Yes, it is 6 single crochets around. Which should be, yeah. That's yep, that's what that is. Oh, Akari, I mean, say your real name is Talia, but they call you Tyler. That sucks. I'm sorry. Yeah, my real name is Lewis, but I don't really go by Lewis, and people didn't really spell it wrong or say it wrong very often. But now, you know, nobody Usually people know what Louis, how to pronounce Louis. But my last name, people were terrible with my last name. Messenger, I got a lot of that. Ooh, okay. Yarn, stop wrapping yourself around my feet. It's weird. I know you like me, but like, calm down, right? Oh yeah, cool. We're actually maybe near halfway with the stem already, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, I think I probably will have to make another one of these, like, tonight. I'll do a picture of it though for the preview version. But your boyfriend's name is Lewis. Well, he spells it wrong, but that's cool. Loops is not hard. Loops is an easy name to remember. I agree. Actually, a lot of people do call me Loops too. I used to go to a coffee shop all the time near the place that I lived in, San Francisco, and they all knew me as Loops. Whenever I walked in, they go, Loops! It was cool. It made me feel cool. I would always bring crocheted things and get free coffee. I miss that. I miss that time. Could you use a green pipe cleaner instead of a wire? Yeah, definitely. I would say instead of using just one green pipe cleaner though, I would use two wound together to give it more of like a stronger, feel to it. And your pipe cleaner might not be long enough. I think pipe cleaner is what, like that long? Here's one right here. Or maybe it will be long enough. Let's see. How long is this pipe cleaner? Oh yeah, pipe cleaners are actually really long. Yeah, so you could probably just use two. Two might even be weak. It depends on how strong of pipe cleaners you have, because pipe cleaners come in all different kinds of like strengths, and like sometimes they're really, really weak. So you might need to use like 3 pipe cleaners wound together even, but you definitely, long story short, you definitely can use pipe cleaners instead of a wire. I just like using wire because I really like it keeping as strong of a shape as I possibly can with it. But yeah, you totally could. And I'm getting hungry. What am I doing for dinner? Let's see. What are we gonna do for dinner? You know what? I haven't had pizza in forever, but Jules is trying to be really healthy, so maybe I shouldn't encourage that, even though I do want pizza all the time. Yes, please, Akari, thank you for not saying your age. I think this is a little shout out right now. If you're ever in a live stream and stuff, just keep your personal ages and locations and stuff to yourself. You never know who's out there watching, so I appreciate the privacy. You bring crocheted stuff and somehow always get free French fries. Yes. Great way to get free stuff. Just give away crocheted stuff. My favorite thing to do in San Francisco was to go on the bus, like on my way home from work and stuff, and I'd crochet something for someone on the bus and give it to them and leave immediately, because I was really shy and I didn't like, it wasn't like I was hitting on them or anything. I don't know, I get shy and kind of like, ooh, embarrassed. So, but I would do that like every few days, or whenever I had like a long trip. I'd just bring some crochet with me, and I'd make something for a stranger on the bus. Mirtin. Mirtin just said, my age is my back hurts, and my location is my bed. I totally feel that. That is definitely my age too. My back, I mean, luckily it stopped hurting like early last year, but if you're a long time watcher of the live streams, you'll know that the reason I'm standing now, I used to sit for my live streams, and the reason I'm standing now is because I went through this phase of just going through an insane amount of back pain to the point where like I could not sit down. This was in 2021, I think it started, like September or October of that year. And suddenly, like, I just couldn't sit. For like half a year, I just could not sit down. So I either stood up or I laid down for like half a year. I think I sprained my back, but honestly, the jury's out. Like, I don't know what happened. And I've gotten x-rays and stuff, and they don't know what's wrong. I do have like a very, very small, what's it called? Like when it's like a herniated disc. I have a little bit of a herniated disc, but it's really not that bad. So they're like, it might be this, but you've probably sprained it and it's healed. And I'm like, cool. It took me like 4 months of not being able to sit down until they finally gave me an x-ray. United States healthcare, anybody that's outside of the United States, feel fortunate, because the United States healthcare system is garbage. It is the worst. It is the worst. I hate it so much, and I think it's the main thing that I want to change in America, because healthcare is BS and it's not good. And even with my really good insurance, it still cost me thousands and thousands of dollars for them to tell me they don't know what's wrong with me. And it's like, of course I don't like going to the doctor. Why would I ever like going to the doctor? You know? But yeah, anyhow, there's my little healthcare rant. Akari, you may start live streaming crochet like me, but you don't know where to start. I would say you can start, I think you can live stream from your phone. I think you can do it straight from your phone on the YouTube app or something. I would say try starting there. That's probably a good way to start. A pro tip is try to use a what's it called? Like a stand, not a stand, a tripod that lets it go over your hands instead of like between your hands, because then you can have like a full range of motion like this. That really helps out a lot for the live streams. For the longest time I had it like this, and I had like the stand in between me like this with the camera right there, and I couldn't even see my crochet, and I had to like work around it. And I crocheted like that for like a year or two with these live streams before I was finally like, okay, I'm gonna figure something else out. And I'm so glad I did. But yeah, there's a little pro tip. And yeah, live stream crocheting is super fun. It will take you a long time, I think, until you feel really comfortable with not only talking to a live chat, but also being able to crochet while you talk. Took me a while, and then finally I got the hang of it, and now I'm where I am today. Okay, how much longer? Oh, so close. Looks like maybe 6 more rounds, maybe 7, 6 or 7 more rounds of single crochet. So that's like what? Let's go with 40-ish stitches left. So four, 5, and there's our first one. Arian, All right, Arion? I think I'm saying your name right. Hello, good morning to you as well. Yeah, that's, I mean, like, I will say, that doesn't sound great, Mr. Republican, but honestly, it sounds a lot better than the United States. Like, it is just terrible. It, like, honest to God, if I were to call an ambulance right now, it might bankrupt me. It could absolutely bankrupt my bank account. It could take everything out of it, because it'll cost me like $3,000 just to call an ambulance. Might as well just take an Uber. I'd rather bleed in an Uber and pay for the cleaning fee. And they'll be faster. Oh my God, so much faster. It's just crazy. It's because, like, they built the whole system around making money, about privatizing healthcare, so they make money off of everything. So everything's about money. Everything's about, like, how do we make the most amount of money out of these patients, rather than how do we take care of people. Like, oh, I don't know, we're supposed to. I don't know. It's all BS. It's all BS. Hi, it's Hannah. Hansley. It's Hansley? It's Hansley. Hello. Dude, yeah. Ambulances are... It's just all BS. It's all BS. That's why whenever you hear someone that says, like, please don't call... Like, you'll hear things where people go, like, please don't call an ambulance. Please don't call an ambulance. Because of that. Like, they'll get you. And the ambulance will take you to a specific hospital, and you have to tell it which hospital to take you to, because if they take you to the wrong hospital and it's not in your network, you're paying full price for that trip to that hospital. Your insurance will cover nothing. So you have to, like, know which... What? Why would you have to know? Like, I just broke my leg. I can't think about what hospital I'm supposed to go to. It's crazy. Yeah, what Akari said. It can be, like, up to $7,000 for a freaking ambulance to take you to the hospital that you're not even supposed to go to. It's crazy, man. It's a bad... We're like... The best healthcare advice you could have in America is just don't get sick. Don't break anything, don't get sick, and if you do, just be very careful. I mean, I remember I had to get my wisdom teeth out when I was a kid, like, not a kid, when I was in, like, middle school or high school / starting college, and I almost went to Mexico to get my wisdom teeth out, because I would have saved... It would have cost me less money to go to fly to Mexico, get a hotel for a week, go on vacation, get my wisdom teeth out, and fly back, and I'd still would have saved, like, thousands of dollars. It's crazy. I'm not using a 2.5. I'm using a size 4mm crochet hook instead. I'm using a size G 4mm crochet hook. That's the hook that I really like using. The smaller hook you use, the smaller yarn you should use. Like, if I used a 2.5mm hook with this big of yarn, it might make things a little bit difficult for me, just because I would start to split the yarn a lot, probably, because this yarn is just a little too thick for that small of a hook. But it's not a bad idea. Dude, don't even get me started on birth. Giving birth is not a good idea. Looks like if we have, like, 2, maybe 3 more rounds, it'll be as long as we want it to be, and then we can make our leaf, and we'll be done. Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's not a... It's a bad. Oh, I got a little fly friend. A little fly friend. We're gonna name you... It's Dum Dum, because I don't want you to be here. Go away, fly. Don't bother me. Yep. What Akara said, it can be really, 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 really expensive. And the reason it can be so expensive is because the insurance companies are in cahoots with the hospitals. So they'll charge an insane amount of money for your hospital visit to the insurance company. And then the insurance company will go back to the hospital and they'll like haggle. Like literally they'll haggle with each other to get the price down. And then even then the insurance company will say, cool, we haggled it down. So now you only have to pay 10% of it. And that 10% is like $10,000. And you're like, what's the point of you? What's the point? It's so frustrating. Akari's like, don't even get me started on death. Yeah, don't die either. It's too expensive to die. That's funny. Yeah, and what's the crazy thing is like every single American, even the rich ones, have a horror story because it's like that bad. It really is that bad. Like we have good healthcare, it's just too expensive. I mean, I shouldn't even say that. Actually, our healthcare is iffy. I remember I got a UTI in France when I did a month. I spent a month in France in high school. Okay, wait, hold on. I got to go back even further. I won a jet ski in college, rather. I won a jet ski on the show Let's Make a Deal. It was awesome. Wayne Brady gave me a jet ski. It was super cool. I was dressed as a unicorn. And I sold that jet ski and used that money to go on a month-long trip to France, like a study abroad trip to France. And when I was in France, I got a UTI, and I had to go to the hospital there. And it was really, really scary for me. But I didn't have to pay nothing. I think I had to pay like $50 when I got back. It was great. I remember being like, oh my God, wait, what? How is this so cheap? You know? It really changed my... I'm glad I got a UTI there. That was like 15 years ago, though. All right. I think this is going to be... Let's do like 2 more stitches here just for good luck. Is there video evidence of me winning? Yes, there is, actually. I think there is. I think I have it on YouTube or on Facebook somewhere. Okay, I think this is long enough. I actually think we went maybe a little longer than we should have, but that's okay. Let's go ahead and get our wire in here. There we go. Oh yeah, it's a little longer than we want it to be. That's okay. We need this wire to go a little higher up. I'm just going to pull out the stitches just a little bit. Just a few of them. So this wire I can get to. We can poke it up to the center area. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it's in this top. Nice. That way it'll keep it really straight. Look at this flower. So pretty, so pretty. Such much pretty, very wow. And wow, that end of that wire goes really high up there. Probably should have made that wire a little longer. Maybe not. Okay. Let's go ahead and cut the yarn. And we'll sew this bottom closed. And then we'll work on the leaf. And then we'll be done. And the leaf should be pretty easy. I actually already have a few ways that I like to do leaves. I just know that the leaf for a tulip needs to be very long. They have very long, thin leaves. So we want it to be about like starting from the bottom. And now I'm here. Okay. Pull that tight. In. It was awesome. It was way awesome, Hannah. It was like super cool. And my friend, a friend of mine, like my best friend Emilio, won a bunch of money on Let's Make a Deal. What's the other one? The Price is Right. He won a bunch of money on The Price is Right. Way more than me. It was crazy. What the heck? There we go. Trying to get that neat up there a little bit better. Okay. All right. So there's our flower. Just gonna make it pull a little bit straighter. Yeah, it's not that bad actually. That's pretty good. I mean, it's a little crooked. But you know, we're gonna make it into a stand anyhow, so it's not really that crazy. Okay, let's do the leaf. So we want the leaf to be like starting from down here, I think, and we want it to go way up, so like this far up, which is gonna be like as long, basically as long as the crochet hook is what we're looking at. Obviously in the same color. Maybe use wire in the leaf. Ooh, that's actually a pretty good idea, Linda. I like that idea. Maybe instead of wire though, we'll actually use a pipe cleaner for the leaf. So let me find a green pipe cleaner because I think that's a good idea. So yeah, we'll probably mess with the green pipe cleaner here so that we we can keep keep its shape, right? Okay, so when I did a leaf for that one, okay, so we're just gonna start with as long of a chain as we want it to be. And I'll count my chains after I get a length, because I don't know how long we want it to be. Also, we should look at a picture, right? I think that'll be... Actually, that's too long. Just take out 1, 2, 3. Maybe that much. I think that's pretty good. And we're gonna look at pictures with my phone, which is over here. Okay. Drawing. Let's do a drawing of a tulip. That'll work. So we actually want it to be even further down like that. Cool. That's what we'll go with. And they're really long. Okay. So let's count our chains here. We're going to go with however long this is. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. Let's do it this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Hey, that's kind of cool. 21. 21 chains. Oh, I goofed everything up. I pulled it and it pulled the chain out. Okay, let's count again. 1, 2, wait. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, good. All right. 21 chains. And then we're going to slip stitch all the way down the chains, and I'm going to try to work around this pipe cleaner as I go so that it can retain its shape. But we'll see. This might not work. I might have to do the pipe cleaner part in the next part. Actually, you know what? I'm definitely going to do the pipe cleaner part in the next part. I just realized why that won't work. Okay, so we're just going to slip stitch all the way down. There should be 20 slip stitches total as we work our way down here. How long have I been crocheting? I have been crocheting since I think since I was 15. So that would be since I'm 31 now. So 15 or 16 years. More than half my life I've been crocheting. Yeah, I started in high school. How long have you been crocheting? Okay, now we're at the base here. It should be 20 slip stitches. I'll count them just to make sure. Again, this is what we got going on here. We'll go about right here. It's going to be a little longer because of the tip of the leaf. And it's going to be mostly, I think, double crochets. We'll do some triple crochets in the beginning to give the base just a little bit more of a thickness, and then it'll go really long and thin. Your boyfriend called you and said, I got 5 words for you. Bill Nye, the science guy. Bill. I get, sometimes you gotta hear that. You gotta hear that from the people you love. Bill Nye, the science guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we got 20 slip stitches down. We're going to chain 1, turn our piece. I'm going to do a single crochet in the first stitch and a half double crochet in that same stitch. So the first stitch gets a single crochet and a half double crochet. Oopsies, I forgot. Let's do that again because I want to work around this as we go. Probably just going up it. So we're just going to place this on the back like that. We're just going to crochet around it. All right, so again, that's single crochet into the first, this, half double crochet in the same stitch, and then we'll do a double crochet into the next stitch. And we're working into those same, the loops that we did the chains in, just like how we did the petal here, like that. And then we're going to do a triple crochet after that. So double crochet and then 1 triple crochet. We'll do a couple triple crochets probably. 2. There's 1 triple crochet. Let's do another one. Let's do 2 triple crochets and then we'll go back to double crochets for the vast majority of this sleeve. Oh, you know what I want? I don't eat red meat, but I could go for some barbecue right now really bad. Like that. I actually kind of wish this pipe cleaner was a little bit out. Just a bit. Here's my pliers. This will help me pull the pipe cleaner through a little bit more. So if I just grab this, pull it up. Oh, that's all right. We can always cut it. All right. So let's see. What did we do? We did single half double in the same stitch. We did double after that, and then 2 triple crochets. And now the rest of them, I think I'm gonna do double crochets for a majority of these next stitches. So we're just gonna do a bunch of double crochets up. So let's see, we'll go 1, 2, and we'll make sure all the stitches like go together a little bit better as we go, so that we can hide that green pipe cleaner through it as much as we can. So 1, 2, We'll go 3, 4, 5. Ooh, Jules is making food. I can smell it. And I want it. Starting to show the pipe cleaner through a little bit more than I want it to, which is unfortunate, but it do be like that. I'd like to try to get this pipe cleaner more on the back of our piece, if I can. I think I'll do a few more double crochets, and then we'll move to half double crochets as we get closer to the tip of the piece. I'll bend this up so it stops hitting the light box. Okay, so there's another double crochet, and I'll count my double crochets after I've got a basic idea of our shaping. Let's do a couple more doubles. 1. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, let's 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 more. Let's do one more double, and then I'll do half doubles for the rest of it. Okay, and then half double crochets for, I think it's the last 6. And then when we get to the tip, we will turn around doing our little fancy turn, and we will do a point at the end of these leaves because they are more pointy than the petals are. And then we'll work our way back, sew it on, and we'll call it for the day. By the way, again, a couple things. First off, like this video if you haven't already. That'll help this channel get a little bit more recognition some places. It's a great way to get this channel out there and to other people in the world. I'm a little afraid this is too thick actually, because it's gonna be double that thickness. No, it's okay. We're gonna do at the very end here. We're gonna do 2 single crochets. But what I was saying is, if this video gets 300 likes, we'll do another. There we go. We'll do another giveaway next week, and there's going to be a giveaway tomorrow or over this weekend. So keep a lookout for the community tab / keep a lookout for my Instagram at club.crochet. That's where I'm going to be talking about the giveaway. Okay, so we got 2. I'm going to chain 2. So 2 single crochets in the end, chain 2, pull really tight, and I'm not working around the pipe cleaner here, and I'm going to do 1 more single crochet into that stitch here, and let's see how that looks. Will that create enough of a point? No, I want that to be more pointy. So we're going to do 2 chains and then a slip stitch into the back loop of the first chain from the hook, which means we're going to be doing a mini picot at the tip of this leaf to create a really tight, sharp point. And then we'll do another single crochet into that stitch, and let's do 1 more into the same stitch like that. Right? And then we'll just work our way back down the leaf, doing the same stitches that we did on the opposite side, but backwards. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 half double crochets, and then a bunch of double crochets, and then some triples. So starting with our 6 half double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's also cut this end of this pipe cleaner so it's not in our way anymore. And actually, we're also going to pull this a little tighter. We want to hide this pipe cleaner as best we can. There we go. Cut the pipe cleaner. Put just a little bit. Just a bit. There we go. Hide on the inside. I'm going to keep this part long for right now just so we can put it onto the piece, and then I can cut it so that it will keep it pointed the way we want to. Hi Rhonda, how are you? Welcome to the live streams. You're new, but you've been watching the last 3 lives. Well, thank you so much for joining. Pipe cleaner does kind of look like veins, huh? Like going on the inside there a little bit. Okay, so I did a bunch of half double crochets. Now I'm going to switch over to double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's sorry, you asked how many double crochets it was, Cooper, and I'll tell you in just a second. It's 4. We're at 5. I'll go through this whole pattern in just a second once I'm done here. We got 6, 7, and 8. Looks like we got 8. And then that's... Is that a double or a triple, I wonder? Can't tell. Double, double, triple, triple, double. Okay, so 1 more double. So I think there's 9 double crochets. But let me count for you. So it's... I'm working backwards, but it's the other way around going forward. So it was 2 single crochets in the very tip, and then it went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 half double crochets, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 double crochets, and then a triple, 2 triple crochets, I think. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then I actually think the triple crochets are pointless, but whatever. 3, because look at that end gets like so silly fat. Like that's kind of looks weird at the base. I guess it doesn't look that weird, but it looks a little weird. Say anyhow, 2 triples, and then 1 more double crochet, and then into the very last stitch we're gonna do a double crochet and a single crochet. And then we'll have these 2 ends to use for sewing onto the body. We're going to tweak and stretch and move this leaf so that it has a very seamless shaping to it, so it doesn't have too many like big like boom. I'm going to put it right here. Cool. Let's cut the yarn. We're going to chain 1 with the green. Cut the yarn. We'll leave a pretty long end. Like, let's just go that long. I mean, we don't really need it that long, but why not? We're gonna use this tail end here. We're gonna go into the body somewhere with it to get it in there. So we're gonna go like, I think right here is good because I think that gives us a good tulipy like length, maybe a little bit higher right here. I think it's pretty good. And we'll go right into it like this, and I'm just gonna go into the base like that, so that way it holds its shape. And then we'll just sew these 2 ends on, and we'll be done with our tulip. Oh my god, I'm so proud of this. We will pinch it. I don't worry, I will stretch, skew, and pinch after this. in right here. Let's just go out to the bottom. We're gonna sew the leaves on just like how we sewed the petals on. So that means we're gonna thread this end first. Oh, I'm excited. We're gonna go in through this stitch, out through the next one over, around the last single crochet, into the same stitch and out across to where we entered, and pull tighter, and then finally in through this last stitch here, in through body, or the stem rather, and then out, oh gosh, stem, and then out through where this other tail end is, so we can double knot together. Good suggestion with the pipe cleaner, by the way. Thank you for your suggestion. I think it was Linda. Thank you for that. 1, 2, cut, stuff that knot in there, and pinch the end and make sure it's all shaped well. Mess with the top of it. The wire is bent in a weird way, so we gotta very gently straighten it out. Not as straight as I want it to be, but that's okay. All right, there we go. There's our tulip for my mom for her birthday. That looks like a tulip to me. What do we think, guys? How do we feel about this tulip? Here it is outside of the live thing. Let's go to the full screen here. That looks like a tulip. And you know what? I mean, it took a while to make, but I do have to say, like, as far as difficulty goes, not too difficult. It really wasn't that difficult. Not too bad. Am I gonna make a bouquet? Hi, Coffee and Crochet. Thanks for joining. Probably not. But honestly, I'm pretty happy with that. And you can kind of see on the inside, there's a bunch of little stamens as well, which I think she'll appreciate if she notices it. But I do think I'll make one more of these in like maybe pink, and let her choose between which one she wants to keep. But pretty good. All right. This one. Oh, that looks great. Now we've got oh, that looks great. I'm so proud of us. Hey, thanks for subscribing, Mackenzie, if you're in the chat. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining. What a fun pattern that we just designed together. You know what? It's a success, in my opinion. I think this is a successful pattern. Just like the when we did the sunflower, we did it when we did the sunflower, we did it at on a live stream too. So it's actually kind of cool. It's like we've designed 2 different flowers during live streams, and both of them worked out really pretty well. Looks like a tulip to me. All right, well, thank you guys so much again. I'll be live again next Thursday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to be making a giant dinosaur or dragon. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to leave the vote up to you guys throughout the week. There's also going to be a giveaway tomorrow or over the weekend on Instagram / the YouTube community channel part. So keep a lookout for that. If you need to find all of our social handles, you can find them in the description down below. Super special thanks to Cooper. Thank you so much, Cooper, for moderating, writing down the pattern, and just being a general really cool dude. Thank you so much for your help. And thank you to everybody that's joined the stream, liked and subscribed, all that fun stuff. I love you all, and I'll see you guys next Thursday. I think the music just ended. Oh no, there's one more song. Okay. Well, anyhow, thanks for joining. Bye. Oh my gosh. Oh my god, no, you hang up first. You're so bad. You know, it's like, oh my gosh. Oh my god. You hang up first. Oh my gosh. You're so bad. Okay, bye.